All right, thank you very much, Adam. It's your mailman's favorite segment. That's right. Jim Clausen and Rocco are here from Sit Means Sit.
Good morning.
Are you going to sit up for me, Rocco? Thank you. All right, we've been taking some questions as far as dog tips that our viewers want to hear. We've got another one. I think we've covered this a bit before. Good to review. Let's go to there. It says, "Hey Jim, how do I stop my dog from barking every time the doorbell rings?"
Okay, this is very common.
Mine isn't even a doorbell problem. It's the next door neighbor's door.
So we'll address the neighbor's dog next time.
No, my dog goes crazy if somebody knocks on the neighbor's door.
Well, here's what you do. Number one, you don't want to use a punishment-based technique because then you start to take away from that natural protective instinct. The dog says, "Hey Dad, someone's here." What I want to do is teach the dog that maybe on the third bark or the fourth bark, it's time to be quiet and go to their place. So I start with a high-valued reward. So in this case, I'm just using little meat snacks with Rocco. Then I'll use a dog bed or a dog cot. I start with the dog on the leash. I'll let him smell the food in my hand, and I'll drop it on the dog cot.
Right.
Then I have someone ring the doorbell. Now I know what's going to happen. The dog's going to turn towards the door and bark. At about the third bark, I'm just going to walk him over to his dog bed, and he's going to get a reward. Now you see Rocco going through a list of everything he ever learned to try to get this high-valued reward. If he used a low-valued reward like a little dog biscuit, some dogs won't do it at all. So it needs to be a high-valued reward like a piece of cheese or a piece of meat or a piece of hot dog. You can talk about what they cause later.
Somebody's been watching the show.
So a high-valued reward. So the dog learns when he hears a doorbell, it means go to the dog bed and you're going to get paid. Now once he's there, as soon as he's calm, I can reinforce him again. So the doorbell becomes the trigger to go to his dog bed and get paid. It only takes about 17 to 30 repetitions if you're using a high-valued reward.
But I still want the dog to bark.
Exactly.
If you have an unwanted guest.
Yep.
And so how do you balance that? I mean, I don't want the robber to come in and be like, "Roof, roof," and then go get their treat.
And that's why you don't use punishment. Because if you use punishment, you'll extinguish barking altogether. But if you reward the dog for 3 or 4 barks and then send him to his place, you can then link a cue to it. So the dog barks 3 or 4 times, good boy, go to your place, and then you can go check the door. But whatever you try to punish, you'll extinguish. And if you extinguish that natural barking, then it's going to go away altogether. So at 2 o'clock in the morning, if someone does rattle the door, I want my dog to let me know with 3 or 4 barks. I don't want the dog thinking, "Oh, I'm going to get in trouble, so I'm not going to bark at all." So if you reward for being calm on the 3rd or 4th bark, you're always going to maintain a couple of barks to let you know someone's there. You won't disturb that natural protective instincts.
Can I change this for the raccoon that walks around outside and startles the dog?
You can teach it quiet too with the same thing. So on the 3rd or 4th bark, quiet, then place, then the paycheck.
Okay.
So
if you have a question for Jim and for Rocco, by the way, as the star of our new promo, you can always get a hold of Jim at boise.sitmeansit.com, or you can go to our website and send us an email if you got a question on some behavior that your dog has, maybe just how to do all the really cool tricks. I'm jealous. I at least got my dog to shake hands. That's pretty good, I guess. All right, we want to hear from you, so get a hold of us on a dog tip, and right now, there it is, 888-7978, or you can email us news@kpy2.com. We'll have more coming up next week. Jim and Rocco, Gigi,
We'll
Chloe.
probably have Gigi next week. Chloe, maybe.
Chloe, maybe. Chloe's the new one. I saw Chloe yesterday. She was a big hit with some of our producers. All right, let's